And obviously me being somebody who is an influencer by nature and an author and a YouTuber and the rest of it, like I am on screens, you know, so it's a bit hypocritical for me to say, no, you can't have screens, but I can. But I try to explain to him, look, the screen gives off a flicker that you can't see that messes with your brain, okay? And too much of that will put you in a bad mood and you won't be able to play. It'll stop you from being able to use your imagination and you won't be able to come up with games anymore. So we need to limit the amount you have, okay? And not only that, what you watch matters. We try and be clear. A lot of the cartoons today are too fast. They change scene every half a second. And that messes up a child's brain too. It puts you into a suggestive state and it also comatoses you and it messes with your dopamine receptors and your serotonin and the rest of it. So what we did is said we found YouTube videos of Bernard's Watch, which was this thing we used to watch as a kid in the UK where a young boy gets given a watch, a old pocket watch that you can click at the top and it stops time. Okay. It's a very simple premise. And we watched it. And I'm watching it with nostalgia because I remember, and it's terrible. Like the production quality, the acting is awful, but it's slow. And it's just harmless fun. They're not doing anything cheeky or weird. And it's the cars are a bygone era time looking at all these things, you know, like how life used to be in like a British shire suburb in the early 2000s and late 90s, you know. And it's like, what a time. Like everything was so simple back then. All the 30-year-olds look like 50-year-olds for some reason. Like it's very strange. They're all balding or in suits and it just looks odd. And but anyway, like it's slow paced and there's a narrator narrating everything that was happening, this British woman's soft voice, you know. And there was no major scene changes all the time, and the acting was simple, and he loves it. He just sits there watching it, like, and he's like asking questions as it's happening, and he's thinking, and you can see. I don't totally lose him when he watches something like that. So things have changed for better and for worse when it comes to media, but TV's a tough one. TV's a really tough one in this world. You can't avoid it, so you have to make your children understand it. Understand why they shouldn't watch television for 2 hours straight, and just, you know, maybe I would allow it if like this, like if they're very ill and I can't have them running around because they need to rest. Maybe TV's a good short-term solution to keep them still, but in terms of a long-term way to keep them shut up because you just don't want to deal with children, it's a bad tactic, bad method. It'll make them dumb in the long run. So we really limit TV. We go days and sometimes weeks without letting him watch it. And he's very like he craves it. It's addictive, you know. So we don't. It's hard. You have to restrict it so heavily. But when we do, we're looking for low dopamine, slow, older TV shows. It does seem to work better, to be honest. Bernard's Watch. It's so bad. Like you look back at it with nostalgia, but when you actually watch it back as an adult today in this century, you know what I mean? Like it's not what you remember. It was very bad. Like the quality, shall we say. The bar was so low then. So low. Just in terms of not in terms of like script or anything or like standards of like what do you call it, depravity. I'm not talking like that. It was all very above board, Christian, neat, polite, kind, nice, nothing dirty, nothing wrong, you know. But the production quality was so low and the acting quality was just non-existent, you know. And I know you're dealing with children and children, you can't expect the world from them, you know, but whew, the casting was terrible. The only TV convos that in work I hear are about Love Island. That's how bad it's got. Yeah, Love Island. No. What absolute slop that is, honestly. Be careful though. Before I came back to YouTube, I did spend a weekend away at a cottage with Keely. This is before we were married, and we did watch Love Island for the weekend, and we got addicted. Like It's highly addictive, pointless nonsense drama. Okay, I don't watch it anymore. I haven't watched it since, but back then, before I was on YouTube again, you know, and I had that weekend where it hooks you in because it is just so ridiculously dramatic.